so just on slide 20, kind of the first thing that Keith, he looks at it, mentions it every day, the flip line. So what that is essentially is when the dealers, so the dealers are like market makers. So I'll get into like the different funds that are doing that, like vol control, CTAs, and risk parity funds. But essentially the flip line determines whether they are going to be positive or negative, long or short, and that determines their actions, and it's primarily based off of volatility. And so essentially when the flip line is positive, so right now you can see the red line is that that is the flip line, and then the green line to the right of it, that's where the dealers currently are. And so what that tells us is that dealers are going to be essentially buying on strength. They're going to be adding exposure to equities, and this is when volatility is low, and just boosting the overall market, right? Putting more money into the market, buying more when the market's going up, and so that would mean less volatility, tighter ranges in the trading. And then on the other side, like we saw a few months ago when we were negative, this is kind of the opposite. So like selling weakness, taking money off the table, reallocating assets, delevering, and that increases volatility and has kind of wider ranges. So they have their kind of volatility risk ranges, which I have a slide on. But so that's kind of the flip line. And then the throttle essentially this is a relatively newer product from Tier1 Alpha, but it's how strong dealers are like taking action in that. So right now, let's see what it is today, 7.83. So that's like relatively strong. Yesterday was like 11, so it's kind of come down a little bit, but it's still pretty strong. And then that 10-day realized volatility is currently 10.26. And so actually, the volatility is lower than the realized volatility, or the implied volatility is lower than the realized volatility, which is recently we've seen the other way around, where like implied volatility is greater than realized volatility, and there's like some opportunities in selling options there. Now would be opportunities in buying options because you can get like a lower premium for greater volatility, I guess.